This tutorial will look at Mendeley, which is one of the options for a reference manager, and it can be used to both collect all of your references, and then there is a plugin for Microsoft Word that allows you to use these references in a paper that you're writing. To get started, you'll have to create an account on the Mendeley page. After you have filled in the boxes, click the Sign Up and Download, and then you will have to install the desktop application, which looks like this. When you come in, there's an All Documents list, and these are some of the ones that I've brought in. In order to get articles into Mendeley, there's a couple ways you can do it. First, you can use the literature search right within here. So there's a little search icon, and you could search by authors, titles, the publications names, the year, open access. I'm going to do the author because we have a couple of professors here at the Blaustein School that I know publish quite a bit. So I'm going to look up Robert Nolan and see if any of his articles come up. And it looks like quite a few have. And so I'm doing some paper on cities, and this one looks like it would pertain to what I'm doing, so I'm going to save this reference. So that one's added to my library. So that's one way, is to just use the literature search within Mendeley. The other way you can get articles into Mendeley is from the Rutgers library. So I just went to libraries.rutgers.edu. And right on the home page, you can search for articles or books, journals, audio, video, and so forth. So I'm going to stick to articles, and it says search for articles. And again, there's the type of search, a keyword, title, or author. So I'm just going to do the keyword. And again, I'm going to do a paper on cities, so I'm just going to leave that broad for right now and see what comes back. Okay, so I got quite a few searches here, and maybe I want to limit this to the peer-reviewed articles, and it's nice when it has the PDF full text, because then I can actually read this online. So I can scroll down here and see if there's one that looks interesting. All right, so this one looks fairly technical but interesting, so I'm going to click on this PDF full text here. And I can read this and see if it's something that I want to save, and if so, then I can export this. All right, so I'm going to hit export, and it's going to say what kind of citation. If you just choose this first one, this one works fine with Mendeley. So I'm going to hit save. It's going to ask me where I want to save it to, and I have a city's references already in here, and give it a name. Okay, so then I have this citation saved. So back at Mendeley, I need to add this file. So I could add the whole folder if I wanted to, but I've already added one of those. So I'll just hit this one that I added, and you can see that it will just put it right in there. And under recently added, it'll show the ones that you've added today. After you've collected all of your resources for your paper, then you'll want to install the Microsoft Office Word plugin. So that's under Tools, so click on Tools and install the MS Word plugin. Okay, and it takes literally 2 seconds. Okay, so it's telling you where to find this. You're going to start Microsoft Word, and then you're going to find this tool under the References tab. So here I have a sample paper that we're going to use to put references in, and to get started we need to go to that References tab. And right in the middle here we see the Mendeley Cite-O-Matic. Okay, so this is the area that we're going to use, and it says for the style here, it tells us that we need to insert a citation to view the list of styles. So before we can pick whether we're going to do Chicago style or AMA or APA, whatever your professor has told you to use, we need to insert a citation. So let's say that I need to put a citation right at the end of this first paragraph. So I'm going to come up here and click Insert Citation. And we can search by author, title, or year in my library. Okay, and so if you have a big screen or double screens, it's nice to have this up in the other window. But remember, I did find that one article by Nolan, so I remember that one right off the top of my head. And as I started typing, it popped right up. Okay, and it allows you to do more than one, but I just want that one reference. And I'm going to hit OK. And it's going to put in parentheses that citation. So then I can go through and insert more citations. I'm going to just start typing. Okay, I'm just going to put some in. Maybe this one is in the middle of the paragraph. You get the idea. So after you've put in all of your citations, it doesn't really matter what the style is as you're going. In fact, this is the APA style, and it's kind of nice because it actually lists out the name and the year so you could double check. But if your professor wants you to use a style that uses the superscripts, the 1s and 2s, 3s, and so forth, then up here under the style you need to choose the style that you need to use. So I'm going to change this, for instance, to the AMA style. And then that gives you these little superscripts. You could see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and so forth. Okay, and you can switch back and forth. So here's the Chicago manual style, and it's similar to the APA. I'm going to go back to the AMA, which gives you the 1, 2s, and 3s. Now, if you have to add in another reference, let's say you decided to add another paragraph and you need to add a reference in the middle, it will automatically update all of your numbers. So here I have a 4 and here I have a 5, but if I have to put one in between, so let's insert a citation and let's choose one of these, hit OK, then you can see it thinks for a second and now it's 4, 5, and 6 and so forth. So it'll automatically update these for you throughout your document so you can delete and add as many as you need to, and it'll automatically adjust. The final step when you're all finished with your citations is to create your bibliography. So we need to go to the end of the document. You can use Control End if you're on a PC and do Control Enter. That'll get you a fresh new page, and sometimes it's called Works Cited, sometimes it's called Bibliography, whatever your professor wants you to call this area. Go ahead and give that a heading. Okay, and then below that, this is where you're going to insert your bibliography. And again, depending on the style that you choose is what style the bibliography is going to be. So you click this button and it'll automatically go into your database, and according to the references that you've put in throughout your document, it'll create your works cited for you. And again, if you make changes, if you add more references or whatever, you can delete that and just insert it again. There's also this refresh, and so that should reset it, but of course double check it to make sure. But this definitely saves time from doing it the old-fashioned manual way. So I hope that you enjoy using this software, and I hope it saves you some time.